Okay. Hey, you guys. So I wanted to quickly go over the market recap of how the marketplace has been performing this past week and what you can expect with the week ahead. Now, I really don't have a lot of time, and I was thinking like, oh, I want to make this, fancy with the overlays and the pictures and all of this and do all the editing, but I have dinner to cook. I'm making fish, rice, and broccoli tonight. I have doctoral homework to do, and I have a meeting in preparation for this workshop that I am facilitating with educators to teach them how to incorporate financial literacy into their classroom. I'm doing that this weekend, and there will be over 1,000 educators present. So I have a very busy weekend ahead of me. And I was like, you know what? Before I get before before I get busy doing all the things, let me just come and just talk to y'all. So let me know if you can hear me okay. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay, and then that'll be great. Okay, what's up, y'all? So listen, I was gonna try to make this thing like all extra fancy and stuff, but one, can you let me know if it's glitching? Because if it's glitching, that lets me know that I need to figure out a different way to stream this thing. But number two, we're going to quickly do a recap of the marketplace from this past week, and then we're going to go into what you can expect from the marketplace this coming week. So hey, everybody that's hopping in here, but please let me know if it's lagging because we don't need those type of problems. This will be a very quick recap and forecast for this week, primarily because I have other I have to cook my family dinner and it's pressing on bedtime. I have to prepare for this presentation that I'm doing in Detroit this weekend to educators where I'm teaching them how to facilitate and bring financial literacy into the classroom. And then I also have doctoral homework to do. So I just wanted to make sure I came, talk to you guys, and let's keep it pushing. Okay. All right. So let's see. This past week has been very interesting. Everybody's been excited. Okay. Bitcoin has been popping. It's been doing its big one. It had recent, record highs that everybody's been very, very excited about. And it's so interesting to me because I remember in 2016, 2017, when people really started wanting to invest into cryptocurrency. Like it was a big push. There was like IML, there was like all these other um, companies that were coming out to teach investing into cryptocurrency and all of these things in the foreign exchange market. So I remember that. Do y'all remember that? Because I think I am streaming live right now. So let me know if y'all remember that as well. However, it's just very interesting to me because I remember when they were talking about Bitcoin's going to go to 33,000. So to see Bitcoin push over 92,000 is just very interesting to me. There was a time where I was purchasing Ethereum coins for each one of my daughter's birthdays, and this is when Ethereum was very low. So to see it performing the way it is, I'm very excited. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of continual use cases for cryptocurrency in the marketplace, especially with Trump now being the president elect. We know what his views are about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. We saw huge pushes with Tesla recently, and President-elect Trump recently appointed Elon Musk over what was it? The efficiency was over the government efficiency drive. So of course we're starting to see some pushes in Elon Musk's stocks, which I think is very interesting as well. Can y'all hear me okay? Let me see. Can y'all hear me okay? I need to put that in the chat and see if you can. All right, so then let's go over this really quickly. The S&P 500, it gained by 0.4% last week. The NASDAQ Composite rose by 0.6%, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell slightly by 0.1%, which really isn't a big deal. The key movers, like we just talked about, Tesla, right, surged by 6% following reports of regulatory changes for self-driving vehicles. Also, which I thought was interesting though, the oil stocks have also been going up. And I think that has a lot to do with what's going on with president-elect. And I say that because Biden's presidency, they focused a lot on the EV space, climate factors. They want to pull away from oil. But we know that Trump is pretty much just pro oil. So oil stocks have been performing well. Morgan Stanley forecasted that the S&P 500 could hit $7,400 per share by by the beginning of 2025. So we've seen some great movement in the marketplace. We know that on average, the S&P 500 has performed. We know on average, the S&P 500 has performed annually at around 10%, but lately we've been seeing this great push in the marketplace, some wonderful performance in the marketplace. So it's been great. All right. Okay, thanks. I'm glad that y'all can hear me because I wasn't sure. So that's good to know. All right, I can move the chat then. Okay, then let's see what else we have going on. Sector highlights. Tech and uranium sectors led the marketplace rebound this past week. And also there's an increased interest in consumer staples as the holiday season approaches. Now, we know that in the past, holiday shopping has decreased. However, with the marketplace seeming to perform the way that it is performing now, it can be expected that consumer spending would increase around the holidays. However, there was a discussion that I had with someone on my YouTube last week, and we talked about how while the economy's data presents that everything is performing fine, it's not factoring the weight that the consumer is feeling or the average American citizen is feeling on a day-to-day basis. So the fact that, yes, the numbers economically look great. However, are you looking at the fact that people are working 2 and 3 jobs or 2 jobs in a side hustle to be able to keep up with the economy? There's a lot of people that, will say that, hey, listen, I have a side hustle. I have a part-time job just to maintain the lifestyle that I had before because of how the economy is performing. So when we look at the data, it shows strength. If I ask you, do you feel like you need to bring an additional income just to continue to live the lifestyle that you have been enjoying? Most people will say, yeah, I actually had to pull in, start a business, drive Uber, delivery, something in order to keep up. So I think that that'll be interesting when we look at the holiday spending as it comes, but we will talk about that. We talked about cryptocurrency a little bit. Bitcoin has hit its record highs of going over 92,000, which I think is amazing. I do definitely feel like Bitcoin is going to push over 100,000, which is wonderful. If you are not invested into cryptocurrency, I would definitely suggest you look at doing this. If you don't do anything else, do this. Number one, let's not use Robinhood. I've gone over the 1,001 reasons why I'm not a fan of Robinhood. I can do a whole separate live on that and tell you guys all of the reasons why. But I feel like there are more reputable places where you can go invest your money. So I would prefer that you look at other places to invest your money as it relates to cryptocurrency. Okay. If you want to start investing in crypto and you don't know where to start, a free place that you can go is with Coinbase. They have an earn as you learn program. So you can actually earn cryptocurrency while you're learning about it. And while I don't necessarily care for them as a platform, I do think that their free education is a wonderful place for you to start. Once you really start to get your footing in cryptocurrency, I think you should definitely look to go grab yourself a wallet, just to protect those assets. But yeah, Coinbase.com /learn allows you to earn cryptocurrency as you learn about it. And I have like a whole cheat sheet resource thing for that. If you're interested in it, there's like, I had at one point, I had a vault where it was just filled with a bunch of free resources, but I've since changed that vault into just a free community for women to be able to be in. And I put the resources in there. There's like, budgeting templates, spending and saving templates. And this cheat sheet that was developed, I think like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe even longer than, maybe like 4 years ago. It was developed like 4 years ago when I used to be on Clubhouse with another friend who was heavily invested into cryptocurrency. We developed this to help you guys. So let me see something real quick. Tell me if this works. Okay, all of this stuff is new for me right now. I'm feeling kind of, tell me if this works. Hold on, let me see. Where's the thing? Where's the thing? The overlay. No, not the chat overlay. That's not what I want. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay, so this, let me know if this works. But if you can click on that, if you're watching from, Facebook or YouTube or what have you, you can click on that. That will take you to the resource community where the free resources are. And there's like a whole free webinar that I do that's live, and we talk about the 4 pillars of becoming a wealthy woman through understanding money management, building and repairing your credit, investing, which is what most people are interested in, but the other 2 matter more importantly if you're trying to invest, and then protecting the wealth, because we always get to the bag and then we don't do anything with it once we get it. So that's what that is. If you can't click on it, comment like webinar, I think, are free, and it'll send you a link to your DM if you're watching from Instagram Live. Okay, cool. Let me go back to what I was talking about. Okay, MicroStrategy purchased 51,780 Bitcoin worth 4.6 billion, reinforcing institutional interest in crypto. But remember, the banks were already buying up crypto. Crypto got silent. Yeah, it's so funny because every time Bitcoin does great, that's when you see everybody start to pop out and really talk about it and hype it up and say it's going to the moon. And then you hear the meme coins getting pumped up like Dogecoin and SHIB and all those, and everything's going to the moon. But when it's not doing well, or when the market is kind of calm in the crypto space, you don't really hear anybody talk about it. But the banks were buying up Bitcoin prior to this pump. Even with XRP, before the government eliminated people from being able, or restricted people from being able to purchase XRP, you could see the movement with XRP, even when we as consumers and everyday investors cannot invest into it. So those were indicators to me that there's something going on behind the scenes that we're just not privy to quite yet. So prior to that happening, I was buying up XRP. So I'm very, very happy to see how that's performing right now. And also, remember, they were allowing people to purchase property with Bitcoin, right? And money was being sent through cryptocurrency to other countries. So I don't think the crypto is going anywhere. Institutional interest in crypto is only going to increase, especially as we look for different ways to move away from the fiat currency. I don't know how long that's going to take. I don't know what that necessarily looks like. But what I do know is that we are entertaining other ways of moving our currency. And cryptocurrency is definitely going to be the forefront of that, if you ask me. I don't know how to remove this. Let me hide it. All right. And then Russia implemented a tax framework for cryptocurrency mining and trading, signaling global shifts in crypto regulation. All right, now let's talk about the forecast. Oh, shoot, I'm late for my meeting. All right, I got to go. Let's talk about the forecast for this week. Nvidia reports earnings on Wednesday, November the 20th. So in 2 days, we're going to see Nvidia's earnings reports, which could influence the tech sectors very significantly. Then also Walmart and Target are set to release their earnings, providing insights into consumer spending trends. Now, economic data releases. Housing starts exiting home sales, and home builder sentiment reports are expected to come. And then consumer sentiment and purchasing managers index, the PMI surveys, will also provide a snapshot of economic conditions. Now, looking at global events, there is a G20 Summit in Rio, which is going to focus on trade and economic policies. And this could have a ripple effect across the global market. So that's going to be interesting. Then we have the COP29 that will finalize financial agreements for climate action, which could impact our green sector. So anything around climate control, we're going to be looking at those. Now, Federal Reserve updates. There will be speeches by key Federal Reserve officials coming up, which could give us a hint onto what future interest rates are going to look like, if they're going to come down basis points, if they're going to go up basis points, which affects our spending, it affects business borrowing power. So that should be interesting. Then key themes to look out for. Okay, the tech and consumer sectors ahead of holiday spending. We do know that Apple tends to perform well during the holidays. They would be a tech company, cryptos, continued volatility and institutional activity. and that will continue to fluctuate. We already saw this huge burst of activity. It just did super well. So the pullback that it's experiencing is very normal. It is very expected. If you haven't started investing into cryptocurrency, don't shy away from it now. It's not too late. I know some people feel like it's kind of like, oh, I'm late and hopping in. You're not late. It's the market is correcting itself as it does. Cryptocurrency is extremely volatile. It is extremely risky depending on the way in which you choose to invest into cryptocurrency. But keep in mind that crypto shouldn't be the main part of your investment portfolio, that you should definitely be looking to continue to have that diversified. So when we talk about diversification, you're looking at cryptocurrency probably holding about 5% of your portfolio. Index funds is going to be the easiest way for you to get into the marketplace, especially if you do not understand fundamental analysis of fundamental analysis of the marketplace, technical analysis of the marketplace. Index funds is going to be your easiest barrier of entry. Looking at ETFs, mutual funds, that would be the way to go if I was someone who knew I should be investing but don't really know what I should be doing. I would look at, definitely Fidelity. I think they're absolutely amazing. If you guys have any questions, the reps with Fidelity will literally sit on the phone with you for an hour to 2 hours just helping you. Cryptos, we talked about that. And then the potential policy announcements at global summits. So that's what we can look out for. Here's some key dates. If you guys want to write this down. The NAHB Housing Market Index, the National Association of Home Builders, will release its housing market index for November at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. They did that this morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time today. So it provided insights into builder confidence and the housing sector's health. Now, Fed remarks. Chicago Fed President is set to give the welcome remarks. Okay, so you want to look at that. Tomorrow, housing starts, building permits. So data on housing starts and building permits for October will be released at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, shedding light on construction activity and potential future supply in the housing market. Then on Wednesday, existing home sales. The National Association of Realtors will publish existing home sales data for the month of October at 10 a.m. And this will leave an indicator of the pace of home resales and overall housing market demand, which could push us into a buyer's market. So that may be very interesting. Then the corporate earnings. So you've got Nvidia, the tech giant, is scheduled to release its quarterly earnings, which could significantly impact the technology sector and broader market sentiment, and then Target as well. And that just lets us know the trends leading into the holiday season. Thursday, initial jobless claims are coming out. The Department of Labor will be releasing its initial jobless claims data at 8:30 a.m., offering a weekly snapshot of the labor market's health. Okay, and then corporate earnings. Walmart, the retail giant, they'll be releasing theirs on November the 21st. Friday, consumer sentiment. Okay, the University of Michigan will release its final consumer sentiment index for November, and that will be at 10 a.m. So that will look at consumer confidence of the marketplace, our spending patterns, and then we have the PMI surveys, which is the preliminary purchasing managers index data for November will be available. So a lot of information that will be coming out this week. As it comes out, I will do my best to try to put it in my stories to give you guys the updates. The problem with that is, for me at least, and which I'm trying to do better with, is that I'm just extremely busy. You guys know that I am in my doctoral program. You know that I have kids, and you know that I have my community and just the things like that. So I will do my best to keep you guys updated within my stories as the week progresses. So, we went over a lot today, but I hope that it was good information. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. So that is the recap of last week and the forecast for this week. Couple of key things I want you to take away. The market is performing great. It's having a pullback, which is to be expected, especially when you're talking about the volatility of cryptocurrency. It does not move the same as the stock market. It moves much more aggressively. And I would suggest that you dedicate some time to understanding Bitcoin and how they compare it to what gold meant to the US before we kind of started to move away. There's a book. What's the name of that book? It's something Bitcoin and gold. I can't remember the name of the book right now, but when I remember it, I'll post it into the comments of this video. But it is good. It's a really good book, and it will help you further understand why so many people are interested in Bitcoin specifically and what the push is to move to cryptocurrency. So, if you're not invested, start learning. Look to put a small percentage of your portfolio into cryptocurrency. Look at getting into indexes. What's next? Consumer spending, how the market is performing. And yeah, those are the key things that we should be looking at. I'm out of here. I have somebody that I'm going to introduce you guys to very soon. His name is Dr. Butler. We've done a couple of things together already, but when I tell you this man is a beast in the marketplace, I'm so excited to introduce you guys to him. So that'll be it for me. If you want to attend, I have a free webinar coming up on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I will be going over the 4 pillars of becoming a wealthy woman. I know that investing is exciting, and I know that that's what we want to talk about. But if the other areas of your financial picture are not in order, then you shouldn't be investing in the marketplace. If you don't know how to properly manage your money, if your credit isn't where it needs to be, which is a part of your financial picture, if you don't have a plan for your money once you start investing it, these are the other aspects that matter. Whether you have a business, whether you're invested in the marketplace, whatever it is you do that increases your level of wealth, if you don't have a plan for it, it is totally pointless, because I can tell you firsthand, even from personal experience, you guys know I've owned a gym, I've owned a daycare. Having access to more money does not mean that you are going to be well off. Having access to more money will only increase the behaviors of the discipline that you currently have. So if you don't have a money management, if you don't have money management discipline, if you don't have a money management plan, that's a pillar of being a wealthy woman. You've got to get your finances in order. Dr. Butler and I discussed before how there's people, travel nurses, who make tens of thousands of dollars, have elevated their lifestyle to the point to where it looks like they're making exactly what they're bringing in, but they're still living paycheck to paycheck, and they're still going further and further into debt. So having access to more money doesn't necessarily make you a wealthy person. Having the discipline of a wealthy person gives you the roadmap that you need to actually act in and live according to people who are wealthy, right? And if you are living paycheck to paycheck, 9 times out of 10, your credit is looking like you're living paycheck to paycheck too. So that's the second pillar. The third pillar is investing. You guys know I love to do that. The stock market. I barely talk about the foreign exchange market, but I've been investing into that since 2017. And then the cryptocurrency, we talk about that as well, through the blockchain and all of those things. And then the last pillar is protecting your wealth, because I don't know why we don't do that. I have no idea why we don't, but it is very, very important. So if you want to attend that, you can comment webinar. It will send you the link to register. And then once you register for the free webinar, you will also be put into the free community with the resources that I have out there for you guys. The cheat sheet for the cryptocurrency will be in there. There's already some other templates in there, and it's like a few hundred women that are in there already. So that's it. I gotta go. I gotta call this person I was supposed to be in this meeting with and hope they're not mad at me. But I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.